Well, I can officially say it. I've now had my first bad experience using the Swipe network, the SXP native token. It was a bad experience, all right? Something happened and it was annoying. I don't think it should have happened, but it did happen in the end. It's not the end of the world or anything like that. But basically in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about exactly what happened and how I feel about what happened and how I feel about how the customer service of Swipe reacted to the situation and just an overall holistic summary or an outlook of the current status of Swipe. If you are interested in finding out about the experience that I did go through firsthand on the Swipe network, then make sure you stay tuned for the whole video. Cheers, viewers. You can still enjoy this one. Use the bilateral. What is good? Ladies and gentlemen, you are here chilling with the real Satoshi Aoki on the channel where we always aim and strive to do our very best job to bring you cryptocurrency news, information, and education. It's a perfect channel if you are new to the space. It's a good channel if you are into the crypto debit card space as well. As you may be aware, if you have been watching these videos for some time over the last few months, I have been making a lot of videos about crypto.com, about Swipe, and some other general issues in the cryptocurrency space. If you do find value in today's video and you think I might just be a cool guy to have around, then make sure you do give me a like on the video if you found value here today. Subscribe to the channel because only 35% of you out there watching these videos are subscribed, and for those of you that do subscribe and like the video, it just gets the content in front of more viewers, which is great for the overall bullishness of the crypto space. All of the videos that I cover, as I did say before, are from personal experience. I always wear my heart on my sleeve when it comes to cryptocurrency, and I give you things exactly how I see them and exactly how they are. It doesn't always mean that I'm necessarily 100% correct, but the aim of this channel is really less about me and more about us creating a community and a discussion around the topics that I bring to light on this channel. That all being said, I'm not a financial advisor and nothing I ever say or do on this channel is going to be financial advice. Now, do excuse me while I do go off topic before we go have a little bit of a look at the price of SXP and BTC before we do crack on to the main chunk of the video. I'm trying something new today. So obviously I'm over here in the UK, it's Friday and we are in a second major lockdown. What country or what part of the world are you from? What kind of job do you have? Has your work been affected? I'm not going to say it by the situation. Are you able to work from home? Are you able to work remotely? Are you self-employed? Are you affected? Are you a big business? I'd like to hear, maybe we can create a bit of support or share a bit of advice, because I know that for a lot of people, this is a really challenging time. I've faced my own challenges as well. And I know a lot of people, friends and family around me have also lost loved ones and are going through some challenging times. So let me know. And also let me know what you think about this. So basically, I don't know, people say that if you get dressed up a little bit more, even if you are working from home, your productivity levels do increase. So basically, I've always worked, in jobs where I don't have to wear, shirts and jeans and things like that. I was a plumber and I'm PT, that kind of thing. And even when even the minimal time I did spend in an office job, I still just wore pretty casual clothing as well. But today I'm wearing a shirt, a button-up shirt, and some chino shorts, all right? So naturally, it's a bit unnatural for me to wear clothes like this, all right? But I'm giving it the go to see if I am more productive. But the question I do pose out there today, a little bit non-cryptocurrency related, out of those of you out there that do work from home, who chooses to just wear their underwear or their pants when they work, or who chooses to totally suit up, regardless of the fact of whether you're going to be around other people or you do go into the office? I'd be really interested to actually get some feedback about that. Okay, so I want to know, who of you out there bought SXP when it was close to 70 US cents? It's up around 14% today alone. We are looking at a 90-cent SXP. My personal opinion, not financial advice, this is a massive buying opportunity. I tell you what, if I had enough to go for a slate card right now, I gotta say, I'd probably go for it. I probably would. So it's at a good price, and if you hadn't noticed, Bitcoin just seems to be absolutely holding very nicely above 15,000. I think it's at about 15.6 at the recording of this video. Guys, in March, I called the 20K BTC like a lot of other people did sometime this year. I did call it by New Year's Eve. What do you reckon? Are we heading to 20K this year, or are we going to face a major correction back down to around 12 or 13K? Nobody knows for sure, but fundamentals would suggest that we are going up, up, up. There's so much positive news, the PayPal stuff, so many new investors coming to the space, so many new banks setting up their own crypto areas and spaces. It's just absolutely fantastic news. So anyway, let me know what you think about that, and let's get into the chunk of the video. So the intro to the little issue that I did have with SXP, on a little side note, guys, but it is very relevant to exactly what I'm going to be talking about next. More for you noobs out there, but probably for maybe a few of you guys that have not been in the crypto space for a long time. This is just what I do, and I know it's what a lot of people do. When you have cryptocurrency in one wallet, whether it's a ledger or a third party, and you want to send some cryptocurrency to another wallet, again, whether it's another ledger or another hot wallet, a cold wallet, any other third party, double check all your information. You need to sometimes pick the right chain these days. There needs to be a memo code sometimes. Double check the receiving address. Make sure that everything does align up. Once you have done that, if you are sending a big amount, now when I say big amount, the big amount obviously depends on what is big for you. So for me personally, maybe a big amount would be like $1,000 US. For another person, a bigger amount might be $5,000 US or $10,000 US, or maybe for another person, a big amount might be $100 US. So just going off my example, if I am sending $1,000 US, for example, from my Coinbase wallet to my ledger, if it's the first time I'm doing this, and let's just say, for argument's sake, that I'm sending Ethereum, all right? I've got my Ethereum receiver's address from my ledger. I've double checked all the information. And now what I'm gonna do, if I've never done a transaction from that wallet to wallet before, I'm gonna send a test amount. A test amount could be something like $20 US worth of Ethereum from my Coinbase to my Ethereum wallet on my ledger. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I know I'm gonna have to pay a little bit of an extra fee, but I don't care. It's security. It gives me peace of mind that I've made the right decision and that there's no glitches or errors when I'm sending that transaction. I wait for the transaction to arrive in my ledger. I can see that the $20 worth of Ethereum has arrived, so I can send the remaining balance of the Ethereum, however much that is. And I can rest assured that I know that I've done everything I possibly can in my power to assure that those funds are gonna then arrive there safely. Get the picture? You should always do a test. Full disclosure as well, guys, I'm a massive bull on the crypto debit card space. I honestly believe that in the next few years, we are gonna have an ecosystem where Swipe, Binance, and Crypto.com can all coexist together. I know a lot of you hate Swipe. I know a lot of you hate Crypto.com. I know a lot of you love Swipe, and a lot of you love Crypto.com, and most of you do like Binance, but there's also a lot of you that also really just don't like Binance. I'm not gonna say there's positives about all the companies or all negatives. There's positives and negatives about all the companies. And I just sit on the fence and I try and make use of all the positives that I possibly can from the companies and try and work around the negatives as best as I can. So let's talk about what happened to me and my customer service experience. So I got a Saffron card from Swipe, got it for free because, hey, you get the free Spotify, so why not? Here in the UK, so I am able to get that card. Now, I'm already getting free Spotify from my jadegreencrypto.com. I would also like to say that I'm doing on-chain staking with Swipe, which is also really good. I do that through MetaMask, and I just do let that sit in the background. Now, what happened is I got my Saffron card with the free Spotify. That was meant to be for my old man. And what I did, I had some Binance on my Binance exchange, some BNB token. I sent 1.9, sorry, what did I do? I sent 2 Binance from Binance to my Swipe wallet, so my BNB receiving address in Swipe. Now, for those of you that don't know, from Binance to the Swipe app, it's an internal blockchain transaction, which means it is literally instant, okay? I have sent Venus from Binance to my Swipe app before, and it was instant, absolutely instantaneous, arrives there immediately, and it is sent on the BEP2, the Binance chain, all right? It's got its own blockchain, very fast, very efficient. All right, so I've done that before, and for me, 2 Binance is roughly, when I sent it, around $50 to $60. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do a test amount on 50, 60 bucks. I'll just send that money over. So I could use that as money to pay for my dad's free Spotify on that Swipe app and get reimbursed in SXP on the Swipe app. So I've sent the two BNB over to the Swipe app. They charged me a 0.1 fee in BNB. So I was expecting a total of 1.9 BNB to arrive in my Swipe wallet, in the Binance wallet immediately. Did it arrive? No. Okay, like, okay, it's a little weird. Let me leave this for a bit. Check 3 hours later, still hadn't arrived. Okay, something has gone wrong. That's cool. I'll contact customer support. They usually get back within 5 minutes. So the customer support that I use to contact Swipe when I have an issue first up is I go to the actual Swipe website and I go and reach them through the Zendesk itself. So I reached the Swipe customer support through the Zendesk. Took me probably about 4 or 5 minutes to get onto someone. We chatted back and forth and they said, look, I'm not sure what the issue is. Send me your information. You got to give them, well, when I say information, you got to give them like your email, username, and some screenshots of the transaction. I double checked, I made sure I entered everything correctly. So I had done everything correctly, 100% on my end. And they said, look, we'll get back to you when we find out more. And I was a bit like, well, that's kind of annoying. You know, this is just something that shouldn't happen. And to be completely honest with you, you know, it wasn't a case of the blockchain being slow because it was internal transaction. There was a glitch or an error in the Swipe infrastructure there that had gone wrong. And it's a bit annoying. You know, my 3 years involved in the cryptocurrency space, I'd never actually ever been in a situation like this. And I know a lot of people have spoken about issues where they haven't got rewards from their Swipe and things like that, and just terrible stuff happening with Swipe. It had never happened to me, so it's kind of glad I experienced this firsthand, but I took the positive from it. I'm making a video about it now. I'm informing you about it. So, you know, should you encounter this error in the future, or maybe even another customer service error or an error through Swipe, you can use my advice from this video. So keep listening. Now, it had been about 5 hours later and I said, look, I'm getting a little bit impatient now. The money's still not in the account. And they said, look, you're going to have to wait. We've passed it on to our technical department. You're just going to have to wait with an email. I was huffed and puffed. I was like, ugh. Look, I really, really need this money. In actual fact, I didn't need the money at all, okay? Obviously, I could have waited, but it's not about the money in this case of the 1.9 BNB. It's more about the principle. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, for me, I've invested a large sum of money in the SXP token, in the Swipe network, in this crypto debit card space, because I do believe it's going to be a successful company. But when something like this goes ahead and happens, it's really, really quite frustrating. And I just think, look, I don't know, I'm obviously not a software developer or anything like that, but I know that this is just something that can't happen if you're trying to onboard new individuals. People are not patient like me or you might be. You know, this might happen to a new user and they might think, you know what, I'm not getting involved in this. I quit, I leave, pull their money out and they're gone. Okay, or they talk about Swipe purely in a negative light, and we don't want that in the crypto debit card space. It's not a good thing if we're trying to holistically push this space onto new users that are coming in over the course of this new massive BTC bull run, this crypto bull run that we are in right now. We need on-ramps, we need off-ramps, and I gotta say, Swipe hopefully one day will be some competition for crypto.com, but crypto.com, it has no competition. And you know, I feel safer with transactions on crypto.com, being a user and having the Jade Green card, okay? Anyway, 24 hours later, still nothing. I'd gotten back in contact with the chat like 2 or 3 times since then. Same answer, sorry sir, we can't help you. I was then getting really annoyed. I was like, do you know what? It's over 24 hours later. The funds still haven't arrived. I haven't heard anything. This is just, it shouldn't happen. The funds just should still be they should be in my account. You know, this is not something that I should have to be wasting time on. It's not something that their customer service should have to be wasting time on. Invest in, like, I don't know, getting it sorted out, sort out the tech, sort out the bugs or the glitches or whatever before before this stuff goes live, sort it out on testnet. I don't know what the error was, but I don't know. I just feel like a company like Swipe that has been acquired by Binance, this is not something that should be happening. So I was getting real riled, real angry again, not about the fact that I didn't have access to the funds. It was just a principle because I am an investor in the company. So I basically got onto the Swipe Telegram group and I was going to make a Reddit post about it and get really angry, but I thought, you know what, I'll leave it. Now, Swipe support, at Swipe support, is a Telegram support group, and I got in chat with someone on there, and they basically said to me, okay, sir, we transferred you 1.9 BNB. Was that the amount? I sent them all the info that they needed. No sensitive information, of course. Never send out your passwords. And it seemed a little bit dodgy, but the moderators on Swipe, there's actually 2 Swipe Telegram groups. It's like a Swipe official Telegram that's got the blue tick, and then there's an @Swipe support. But it's a little bit confusing because the @Swipe support isn't like, yeah, it's not really like promoted or advertised anywhere that I could see. So I was a bit like very wary, thinking, okay, are they going to try and scam me? Are they going to try and get me to give them some sensitive information or send me some SXP or something? But the moderators on the main Swipe group did say that this @Swipe support Telegram was for Swipe support specifically through Telegram. So I thought, okay, I'll go with it. And the guy basically said, after I gave him the information, he looked it up pretty quick and he said, okay, it's done, sir. Your 1.9 BNB should be in your account. And I thought, that feels a little bit too easy. Let me just check that. Check my Swipe app. Check. And it wasn't in there. I went back to him on the Telegram and I said, hey, it's not in there. And he said, oh, that's strange. Let me check. Anyway, maybe 4 hours later, he eventually got back to me and he said, check now, sir. At that same time, I also got an email in my Gmail saying, 1.9, it was an automated email saying 1.9 BNB should be available in your BNB Swipe wallet. So I went in there and I checked, and I looked at my overall total balance and I thought, that looks a little bit more than what I should have, as there's been some really bullish movement with the little bit of SXP and the little bit of BNB I have. Surely not. And I actually checked, and I had been sent 1.9 BNB 2 times. 1.9 BNB 2 times. So I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know whether it was compensation, because I did actually say, look guys, I had to waste a lot of time here. Let's be honest, this is like objectively an error that really I shouldn't have to be spending time dealing with. I know I'm dealing with a startup, so I'm prepared to obviously do it. But at the same time, like, I honestly feel like to keep their customers and the consumers happy, they should give some compensation. At the end of the day, I said, look, I need this money. I said to the customer support on both ends, I said, I need this money. All right, I need to eat. Okay, I was really relying on this money to make a payment. It's been stalled. I've wasted time. I'm going to make a formal complaint if you guys don't sort this out as an absolute priority. So I don't know what it was that got through, but I did chat to support at Swipe Zendesk, and I said, look, man, he said, look, we're dealing with a high volume of issues at the moment, so they're going to get to you when they can. And I said, look, mate, I'm sorry, like, that's just not good enough. If I've got a YouTube channel, I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to get on the Twitter. I'm going to make a post on the Reddit. I'm going to talk about my experience. I've got a lot of viewers that watch me for Swipe and SXP and crypto.com videos. And I'm just going to talk about it, honestly, what happened. And so I said to the guy on the Zendesk, I said, you better tell your manager to prioritize my query, my concern. Otherwise, if it's not sorted soon, very, very soon, like in the next few hours, I'm going to be taking action to make this a little bit more public. I wasn't trying to be difficult, but like, this is just how I am. I hustle to get what I want. And you might be listening to this thinking, oh, you're a bit of a douchebag. Why don't you just wait in line like everyone else? Yeah, with an issue like this, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care. Maybe it is wrong, but it's what I did, and I'm happy to talk to you about it here. So you can basically do the same thing. So I did that, and as soon as I spoke to this guy at Swipe Zendesk about that, basically, a few minutes later, I basically, received the BNB. And I think what personally happened is, I think the customer support guy on the Telegram sent me 1.9 BNB. He was a lot more easygoing. And then I think the technical team on the Swipe Zendesk support also sent me the 1.9 BNB. So in total, out of this whole kerfuffle, which was all over in less than 48 hours, I essentially made 1.9 BNB. Woohoo! Okay, folks, so what are the takeaways from this? Well, to really summarize, I'm happy overall. I'm happy with the customer support. I really like the fact that Swipe have a customer support through @Swipe support on the Telegram group. They've also got the @Swipe official group on Telegram. They've also got a really responsive Swipe team on Zendesk, which is really, really great. So you've got some great ways to access customer support. In terms of the volume, the sheer volume of queries or complaints or whatever that they're having at the moment, they are quite high. So if you have had an issue with Swipe lately and you go through their support, be prepared to wait unless you are prepared to hustle and say, look, I need this money, I need the urgency, I'm gonna make a formal complaint, blah, 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 blah. You need to keep hammering them. Bang, 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 bang. Don't be like rude about it. Just tell them straight up, look, You guys need to sort this out, like, depending on what the issue is, of course. Obviously, it's going to vary, but at the end of the day, the issue was sorted out, well, just over 24 hours later. And look, I know I said that it's not like an issue that should have happened, but at the end of the day, it was an issue that happened. It was a glitch in their system, and they were able to turn around and put the money back in my account, and I was able to use the BNB. You know, the Swipe app itself, it's got nothing on crypto.com. It's got nothing on crypto.com at all. It needs a bit more investment. It's a bit glitchy. It's a bit slow. Things don't load. You know, funds are like pending for a while. But all in all, I have used the card a bit. So, you know, it's not too bad. And I just hope that it's onwards and upwards from here. So I'm happy. Okay, the overall outlook of this situation is I'm happy. I'm happy with how customer service of Swipe responded to this. They fixed my issue. I got my money and I can move on. I can move on with the situation. My area of concern is there, again, like I said, a lot of people that wouldn't be like me, they'd be unhappy about this and they would leave the Swipe network. So let me know, do you think that this video has helped you? And really what I'd love to know is what kind of experience have you had with Swipe so far, whether you're an investor or you were an investor? Do you think they've got a place in the crypto debit card space in the future? And like I say, don't just comment on this video saying, I hate Swipe, they're rubbish, scam coin. Don't think for a second they are a scam, by the way. Tell me if you have really had a problem, specifically what was the problem that you had on the Swipe network, and let's see if we can work through it together. Or if you have had an issue and it was resolved, anything to do with Swipe or problems with Swipe, I want to hear. So make sure you do leave them in the comment section below. If you do like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you are new around here, make sure you do leave those comments and hit that little notification bell so you do know when there are new videos that are out on the channel. And any other questions at all, please feel free to hit me up. Also, my social media handles are Satoshi Aoki 7. Okay, Satoshi Aoki was taken, sorry, so it's Satoshi Aoki 7. That's going to be for Twitter and Instagram. I've also got a link in the description of this video for my free Telegram group if you would like to chat to us there. We're building a nice little organic community on there. Happy Friday from wherever you are in the world and from here in the UK. Have a blessed weekend and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, viewers.